Please welcome David2 to the speech. It's not for you, it's evolution. It's not for you, it's evolution. David2.
Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good evening, everyone. Alright, before we start off, I'd just like to ask a question for the men in the room. Okay, how many men in this room has ever met a woman who you thought, God, she's crazy, she's totally irrational, and she drives me nuts? How many men have experienced this? Now, the women in the room, how many of you guys have ever met a man who thought, wow, he's as stubborn as a mule, doesn't listen, and he's so insensitive, he's got no emotions, he's probably dead inside. How many women have felt that? Now, for what I'm about to share in the next 7 minutes, I have to apologize because it's going to come across as politically incorrect. But you see, in our hope to obtain gender equality, what we've done is we've grossly overlooked the core differences between men and women. So in my 7 minutes, my whole message is men are different to women. Now you're like, thanks to the news, Captain Obvious. But no, listen to this. Did you know that a woman's skin is 10 times more sensitive than a man's? Did you know that men have bigger brains? Obviously because we smile, right? But no. Women use more of their brain most of the time. In fact, a woman's brain is way more active than a man's brain. Explains a lot, doesn't it? You see, I've had the privilege of teaching a lot of this stuff on the internet in the last few years, and when you get on the internet, you can really tell what men and women want, because you can see the sample size. It's a huge sample size. What do men want? Well, or the women like shaking their heads, that's obvious. Well, what do men want, sorry, I should say. What do men want? Right? Exactly. So, what do women want then? Or the men are still shaking their heads because they don't know. If you go on the internet, you see that men want more dates, they want to attract more women. You ask the women, they want more commitment. They want to know why the man's pulling away. How can I get him to emotionally commit? Isn't that right? Okay? You see, at the bottom of this, we have to realize that men and women have different reproductive agendas. That is the key. It's not because he's such an insensitive bastard. It's not because women are just irrational neurotics. It's because we share different neurology, different biology. A man produces 3,000 sperm every second, whereas a woman produces a fertile egg every 30 days. One every 30 days. In that time, a man has produced over almost 10 billion sperm. Now, an economist would say that that's a huge discrepancy between supply and demand, right? So, what's happened over the last millions of years is that men and women have gotten smart. They've developed strategies and tactics to overcome this discrepancy. Men got fancier cars as women got better divorce lawyers. No, seriously. See, in an intimate relationship with a man and a woman, there's bound to be massive differences. And because of those differences, there's bound to be massive conflict. I don't mean a nasty type of conflict, but there will be conflict. You see, conflict is natural, conflict is life. Without conflict, there will be no waves in the ocean, because the waves are caused by the conflict between the air and the water. Without conflict, we wouldn't have some of our modern scientific discoveries like medicine, computers, psychology, technology, and the list goes on. So conflict is always going to be around us. Conflict is a good thing. See, I hate it when I see people and the whole premise of a relationship, the man and the woman in the relationship is trying to avoid conflict. They're trying really hard to avoid arguments or confrontations. Because when a man and a woman are in a relationship, intimate relationship that is, it's not because they don't have arguments, it's because they're suppressing a part of themselves in order to keep peace. Who knows what I'm talking about? And because of that, you're disowning a part of yourself. See, if keeping peace was so great, why the hell do you watch movies? Why the hell do you read great novels? It's not because of peace, it's because of conflict, right? True?
Yep.
Absolutely. So it's conflict that it's conflict that makes us excited. It's conflict that we actually seek. So a man and a woman in a relationship, there's bound to be massive conflict, and we have to be okay with that. You see, in a relationship for women, you see, men are going to complain the fact that why do you bitch about the smallest little thing? Because the feminine energy is all about taking small things and make it big. So you can feel, right? Men don't understand that. Because men, the masculine energy, it's all about taking big stuff, make it as small as possible. So you can conquer it, you can achieve it, you can get that result. So the masculine energy is about a direction, having a goal, right? The masculine energy. Whereas the feminine, it's all over the place. It's like a wild storm. It's crazy, ripping crap up. And then suddenly it's fine. She's smiling again. What the hell just happened? If a man did that, you go, what the hell are you doing? Who knows what I'm talking about? See, unfortunately in this... just walk out of there. Yeah. Unfortunately in this society, we value productivity so much that we've devalued the feminine energy because femininity is naturally inconsistent. That's what it is. And that's why the masculine is so attracted to the feminine. But you see so many women out there these days, they think that they have to be okay all the time. They have to have things under control. So they suppress their feminine energy. And the moment they do that, they wonder, why can I not attract a man? Why does he not want to stick around? Why can I not make him commit? So, my whole message tonight is that men are different to women. It's not you, it's not me, it's evolution. And the moment we can appreciate the huge differences, the natural, hardwired differences between men and women, the sooner we can start to really live a more joyous, more loving life and relationship, and the deeper and more meaningful our lives become. Thank you.